Bring in the geeks! You're right, they did warm up.
Yeah.
They look good.
You gotta work on that one. Don't forget I like that.
They are back after a much-deserved vacation. The Geeks, Ryan Ozawa, Burt Lum, you know him from the Bytemarks Cafe on Hawaii Public Radio. We got two topics today. We're going to talk about that comet-catching spacecraft in a minute, but first, Startup Weekend again this past weekend.
Yep.
That's a cool event.
Well, and it's been going on for some time. This is probably our 6th or 7th in Honolulu. What made this one special this past weekend is it's part of the global startup battle. So the winners from this local event are going to compete both on a regional and then a national level.
How's this work? Okay, you get together, you get into teams, and then you're charged with a big task in a very short period of time.
Right, you have 54 hours to basically pitch, build a team, then design the business, and then pitch it as if you're looking for investors. Right. You're ready to go.
Okay, and who won this year? I mean,
well,
a lot of good
there
ideas
were
out there.
some of the teams actually come in with some ideas, and some of the ideas get generated right there. But the 3 top teams, one was the first place was Varsity Prep, and Varsity Prep was an idea behind if you're a college athlete and you want to actually be, let's say, a mentor for a younger student athlete, this is a way to match make those and so
Great
the parents can actually pay for mentorship through Varsity Prep.
And the other two?
The second one was Local Fresh. You can find all the restaurants that actually use local
products.
Produce,
Neat.
vegetables and stuff from Hawaii. The third one was kind of interesting, but might be a little bit boring. It's the idea of looking at, it's called Legistates. And it's the ability to crowdsource the sort of the understanding of the bills that are getting passed through the legislature or the city council.
Great ideas. But it's really more about the process, though, right? I mean, it's about learning how to come up with an idea for a business and get that started.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, we try to feature them on our radio show every time because everybody takes a different thing. Like, well, the hardest part was doing the pitch. The hardest part was coming up with the business plan. And, this is the kind of thing that we want people to learn so that they can become entrepreneurs and start their own business.
Awesome. Okay, to the Comet we go. And this is pretty spectacular. 300+ million miles away, and they caught it.
Right. I mean, we were excited a couple years ago when we did the Mars probe, and that was an enormous feat of engineering, but this is almost mind-boggling. They started 10 years ago. It was in 2004 that they launched this. It took all this time to get there, had to whip around the solar system a few times to get the speed to get there.
Slingshot it, basically.
The Comet itself is moving at 84,000 miles an hour, so it's very impressive.
So they landed on it. How successful have they been as far as getting information back?
Well, so basically they had to land on this little bitty rock, and of course it's not a whole lot of gravity, right? So they actually bounced a couple of times, and the place that they wanted to land was really not where they ended up. So they kind of ended up in this sort of this cliff area, and the question is, how long will the power last? But the latest read is that the probe was able to sniff some organic material. So they're very interested in kind of getting an analysis of the material on that comet.
Okay, sniffing organic material. That's what it. I mean, and they're taking pictures and they're sending all kinds of data back. It's fascinating, guys. Thanks very much. You're on the radio tonight, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about super tsunamis coming in from the Aleutian Islands.
Okay.
So we got a couple of experts to talk about that.
Ryan and Burt, Bytemarks Cafe. Check them out on Hawaii Public Radio. We're going to check out for just a second.